everyone, welcome back to the Integrity Botanicals YouTube channel. Today I am following up with that little under $25 bestseller series, and this time it's all going to be about the face and the cheeks. This area I find is maybe on the more difficult end to get done at a budget, because skin products just tend to cost a little bit more, come in larger quantities, so in turn they cost more. But there are some fantastic options that I have here to share with you guys. And again, these are not the only products on the website that are under $25. These are just also the best sellers. So you have not only my thoughts and opinions on most of these products, but you have the masses' opinions on it, and they are best sellers, of course, for a reason. So let's just get right into it. First and foremost, I want to start with some concealers. Of course, my two favorite ones are the ones that are best sellers and also under $25. First up is the Well People BioCorrect Concealer. I use the shade Light. I wish that this shade range, excuse my teeth, was extended upon, because I wouldn't want every single person on the planet Earth to use this. I think this is a fantastic concealer. My favorite way to apply it is squeezing it out on the back of my hand, rubbing it in a little bit using the warmth to just help blend this product. You need a very small amount because it is quite an emollient product. It definitely needs to be set, so keep that in mind. And I just like to dab it on, and I like to do this large triangle shape. If you watch basically any of my tutorials, this is the product that you'll see me using. It's fantastic. Use it on an almost everyday basis. I am wearing it right now. Doesn't make my under eyes look really crepey, gives a nice amount of coverage, pairs beautifully with the Fitglow Eye Bright, and it's just a product I'm a big fan of and have been forever and a day. Then if you want something a little bit more high coverage, a little less, it's still emollient, but the Well People really is more of a liquidy texture, then maybe you will enjoy the Hynt Beauty Duet Perfecting Concealer. This is another one that I use in the shade Light. This is some full coverage stuff here. It's pressed in a little pot like this. Again, I like to warm it up with my finger. You don't need much product at all. And again, the dabbing process, I think, works the best. This will cover up the darkest of dark circles, of course, paired with the Fitglow Beauty Eye Bright, which is an under eye corrector I've reviewed. The pairing is just instantly bright concealed under eyes, which is fantastic. Really great for spot concealing if that's something that you have an issue with as well. Fantastic high coverage, best-selling concealer. I think that many of us have tried this product. It's one of the first green beauty products I fell in love with, so I'll kind of love it forever. You guys know I said about the importance of setting. Both of those absolutely need to be set. I think a lot of natural concealers do need to be set. I personally like to set my concealer no matter what, because I don't want any sort of settling or fine lines. And a product that I love to do that with, and that you guys apparently love to do this with too, is the Well People Bio Brightener Invisible Powder. Now, I reviewed this powder at length. In fact, I've compared it to the Realist Setting Powder, which is the other setting powder made from Well People. I have loved this product forever as well. A lot of these base products are just tried and true. This is one of them. This sets your makeup without giving you an overly flat look, yet it's not radiant at all like the Hynt Beauty Lumiere setting powder. The texture of it is fine, it's silky, it doesn't settle, it doesn't leave any sort of crazy white cast on the skin either. It blends in just really nicely. Love the way it makes my skin look. Love the way it locks in powder without making it flat and stiff. It is just a fantastic product, and I believe that this is a $22 item, more than worth it, and you are getting 6 grams worth of product, I'm sorry, and this lasts an incredible amount of time as well. 2 blushes that you guys are big fans of, and that I'm big fans of too. The first one I don't have the full size of, but I just want to show you the packaging. It is a Lolo pressed blush. I love these blushes. These blushes are for those of you who don't like a super mega ton of pigment, but they can be built up. They do have a little bit of a harder texture in the pan, but the pigment definitely does still come out, as you can see here. But the shade in question that is really popular is the shade Burst Your Bubble, and I have a little sample of this one here. This one's beautiful. This one is just a more mid-tone sort of shade. This one has a little bit of radiance to it, I find, so it's really life-giving on the face, a more satin finish. And it's just a very true brightening pink shade that would work on many different skin tones. Really nice pigment to this one as well, and I like that sort of rosy little look on the cheeks. It's just a good everyday blush, and I assume that's why it's such a popular product, but the formulation definitely gets a thumbs up from me. Then the next blush that we have here is one from Sappho, and I quickly wanted to highlight Z palettes while I have you here. These are all of my Sappho products, all of my shadows, some blushes, a bronzer, or a face powder, something like that. I keep them all right in here, Z palettes. The Sappho products are sold in little slips, so they are magnetic, so they will fit perfectly in this palette here. But the blush, let's back to the blush. This is how I like to store it, is the one right here. And this is the Sappho blush in Emma's blush. Another pressed option, which is really fantastic. Let's see the size difference here. This is 4 grams, this one is 3 grams, so this one is a little bit smaller. These blushes are pressed a little less tightly, and they do give off a really nice amount of color. This blush here in Emma's blush is a sort of cool tone lavendery pink, but it's not too cool toned where it'll give a sallow look to the skin. It's just more of a neutral blush that wouldn't really conflict with an overly bright lip look or an overly complicated eye look, which I really, really appreciate about this shade. Definitely one that I wear on a pretty frequent basis. It's a good one if you're like, I don't know what blush to wear today. I want something that's a little pink, but I don't want it to compete with anything on my face. This is a great one for that. So that is the Sappho blush in Emma's blush. Now, for all these products, we need some tools. And what are the best-selling tools? Well, of course, we have more Delium tools. Delium tools are brushes that I've been using since before Green Beauty. The line that we do carry is all synthetic, so it is vegan and natural, cruelty-free, as well as the handles are made from bamboo, so it is a sustainable product as well, and super mega affordable. How do they do it? Especially at such good quality. They wash well, don't leave hairs all over the face, really amazing brushes, but there are 4 that I love and that you guys love as well. And the first of which is the Delium Tools 942. Classic. I use this in so many of my makeup tutorials. You'll see that it's a relatively fluffy, angled brush, has quite a harsh angle on it. So this is good for contouring. This is good for blushing. This is good for setting the under eyes. This is good for so many things, a lot of which are right here in front of me. You can, of course, apply blush. I sometimes like something a little bit fluffier, but if you have small cheeks or just want a really precise application, this is one that would definitely be fantastic for you, and that is the Delium Tools 942. Next up, we have the Delium Tools 948. This is actually a foundation brush. I love this brush. For whatever reason, it just has enough thickness to it. It's not one of those paper thin flat foundation brushes. And if you have the Kjaer Weis cream foundation, this is your best friend. This is something you can also apply face masks with. If you're looking for something to do that with that won't break the bank, isn't as expensive as maybe the May Lindstrom or something like that. Great for that because it is synthetic, so it can handle the cream products. Washes beautifully, lays down color really nicely, and since it's so dense, it doesn't leave the streaks all over your face, and that is probably why it has always stolen my heart. Then we have the Delium Tools 936. Now the one I have here is actually the 934, but the 936 is very, very similar. So since I had it, I just wanted to show it to you. It is a flat concealer brush, very, very bendy. I like using something like this, usually to lay down like maybe Fitglow Beauty Eye Bright, something beforehand. Or if I'm using the Hynt Beauty Concealer, it actually has a little bit of a point to it, or you can at least mend it into one. I like to sort of spot conceal with this, or if you're covering a large surface area, it'll allow you to blend as well due to the flatness of it. So if you like a very precise concealer application, I think this is great. This is also really nice for laying down color, and then you can go in with the finger and blend. It's sort of up to you. And the final one is one that you guys see me use in tutorials a lot as well. This is the Delium Tools 964 brush. You can see it's this large, it's flat, it's kind of wide, but it has give to it. Still has some fluffiness here to allow blendability, which I like, but it has a flat sort of shape to it. It's really quite wide. Love this for bronzer. Oh my God, do I just love it. Of course, you can see how this would be great for powder. I think this would actually be really great with the Antonym Baked Powder because it has give to it, yet allows for color to be deposited as well. It's just a really good one. It is an all-purpose blusher brush, so it can be used for blush, any sort of powders. It's a really great one and a little less stiff and a little less precise and particular than the Delium Tools 942. So if you just want something quick and easy, the 964 might be the way to go. So that is it, you guys. That is all of the best-selling products under $25 for the cheeks and the face. Hope that you enjoyed it. Of course, if I reviewed anything at length, which I reviewed many of it, many of these items at length, I will link that down below just so you guys can make a more educated decision on what you were interested in. All product links will directly be down below along with price points. You guys can check it out. Underneath that is going to be what I'm wearing on my face right here, as well as all the links to our social media. So please do not forget to check that out. And most importantly, give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe, because I do upload here twice weekly and I don't want you guys to miss it. I don't think you guys want to miss it either. So thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you so much for all the love and support, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye.